Hi guys and welcome to the channel. Today we are at Thruxton, so I've got the Volvo on the trailer, just about to offload it. Just arrived. It's nice and sunny but the ground is wet. I don't think it's going to stay dry today. We're expecting rain at around 10 o'clock this morning. I'm here today with Chris Jameson. You would have seen him in the Porsche Taycan reaction video if you watched that one. Link is up here if you've not seen that one. So it's going to be a fairly relaxed day. I'm not expecting too much of the car. Obviously the changes since I was last on track are new coilovers, new brakes, and it has been tuned, so there's a lot more power in the car. Not that I'll probably be able to use it because obviously it's wet, but hopefully everything stays together, doesn't catch on fire this time, and hopefully we have a good day. Be the last one of the year. In fact, this year has been a bit of a drought with track days. This is the last and first of the year for me. I've been to a few with Nick as a passenger, but yeah, this is probably the only one I'm going to do this year. It's been so busy with work. But anyway, enough waffle from me. I'm going to offload the car and go get sound tested. Catch you in a bit. Right, so the track is live. Chris and I are just about to pop out on track. It's the first session, going to take it easy, see how the car is, and then go from there. I have set up a camera to film what's going on, but I've only set up the one for now. I'll chuck a few more in later, but yeah. Good to go. Good to go. Okay, so this is the first session out and the first time getting the car up to speed, and that noise was the splitter dropping off the front mount and dragging the front edge along the ground. So I slow the car down and it stops doing it, so I pull into the pits and go to repair that. Now, that's not the only issue that I had with the car on the first session out. I noticed that turning in there was a lot of vagueness, so I was pretty much getting a quarter of a turn of lock on before the car really did anything. And you'll see in the next clip, or you'll hear in the next clip when I take Chris out, that he notices it straight away. And a bit later on I've got some in-car that you'll be able to see the angle that I'm steering before it really makes any difference.
Doesn't really feel like it's doing it. I can feel that from here.
A few moments later.
That's the splitter.
So we fixed the splitter and we came out for another session, and whilst we're on the outlap, this red Yaris GR comes past, and it's actually a guy who we were talking to in the pits a bit earlier in the day, so we decided to follow him and see if we can keep up. I'm going to get my excuses in early here. The camera position is crap, and trust me, they are slightly closer than it looks on camera. Now, I was obviously fighting the issue with vague steering. The car wasn't completely up to temperature, we had cold tyres, and the track was slightly damp, so I was taking it easy. I didn't want to get too close to the cars in front. So even though we're still running low boost, the car pulls pretty well at the top end, and combined with him held up with traffic through church, we catch on him pretty quickly. He sticks his indicator on and we come past. I was hoping to get a bit of a longer chase, but then we're in front of him, so it's now his turn to chase us.
Obviously not.
Right, so it's lunchtime, just had some lunch, and I managed to get one half decent session out in the car. Been having a bit of an issue with turning. Actually, the first issue is the splitter kept on popping off the mount at the front and flapping about, so I've got that fixed, I think. It's not happened since I've sorted that. The second issue is the turning is very, very vague. I'm going to set up the camera so you can see me. Basically, I get quarter of a turn on and it doesn't seem to be doing much. So there's a big vague area, and it must just be down to the tracking and how I've set it up parallel. The problem is, with the additional camber that I've put on the car, I can't tow out because the track rod ends have actually bottomed out. So they're as tight as they'll go, and I can only add tow in. So I'm not too sure what I can do with that. I could experiment with a bit of tow in, but I think that's just going to make it worse and plough on. I don't really know what the issue is, because it should be okay. But I took Chris out in it, and he seemed to think it was plenty fast enough. But I just don't have too much confidence in the car at the moment. So another issue that I've got is the washer bottle tank has got a hole in it, and it wasn't me. There was some sealant over a hole, and I noticed there was a small leak, and I picked at it, and now there's a gaping hole there. So scattered around the paddock area and found this little thing. Hopefully that'll fit, and hopefully that will plug that up, so I'll get the water injection back. Still running low boost at the moment. Car feels quite quick. I might up that now that the track is completely dry. Surprisingly, I thought it was going to rain, but it's an absolutely lovely day. I'll come out here. yeah, really bright out there, nice and sunny, and yeah, I don't think we're going to get any rain, so fingers crossed it holds out, although I was secretly hoping for a little bit of rain to keep the car cool. But yeah, I'll try and get this sorted and probably put the boost up a little bit and go out this afternoon, hopefully with a few more cameras on, because I've not really filmed too much as I normally do. So I'll catch up in a bit. So this is the first session out after lunch, and we decide that I'm going to follow Chris for a couple of laps. Now Chris is a fairly handy driver. His Subaru makes around 330 horsepower. It's completely stripped out, but he does have the RA version, so it tops out at 110 miles an hour ish. So the Volvo definitely has the legs on him now. But in previous days, when the Volvo had a lot less power, we were fairly even over the course of a lap. So it's fairly interesting now to see how easily I can keep up with more power, better brakes and new suspension. So we'll take a quick opportunity to take a look at the steering input here as I approach camber on the left hand kink. You'll see that it's not much of a turn, but there is almost quarter of a turn on the steering wheel. There's hardly any feel between around about 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, so almost half a turn of the steering wheel. It felt really vague and just like the front end wanted to push on. So I come past Chris here to try and string together a half decent lap, and you'll see as I come past the GR, my car tries to undress itself. And there you go, that's a bit of the roof trim which ended up in the middle of the track and caused a red flag a little bit later on whilst the marshals tried to recover that. So if you're there on the day, apologies, that was me. Now I'm going to stick a timer in the bottom left hand corner. I'm not sure if this is the fastest lap of the day or not, but it's a bit of a reference for me to see how quickly it goes around the track. We are still at low boost at this point, and with the handling issues, I know there's a lot of time being left on the table. So there we go, 1 minute 37 seconds. Not particularly fast, I know, and it does only match a PB that I set around about 2 years ago when the car had a lot less power. However, I did have a lot more confidence in the car. I was running full slicks and it was the middle of summer. So if I compare that to this day, which is October, slightly damp on NS2R road tyres, I'm chalking that up as a bit of a win. So here we are, skipped to one of the last sessions of the day where Chris is following me, and obviously that's the onboard camera from Chris's car. Now on the straights I'm backing off obviously so Chris can keep up with me. We're not out to set the fastest lap times, we're just having a bit of fun, which is what it's all about. So it's the end of the day, the car is loaded out there, and Chris is just about to head off. Bye Chris, see you later. Quite a good day in the end. Didn't get as many sessions out as I had hoped, but the car drove itself onto the trailer. But yeah, the only issue that I had was the splitter kept on popping off the mounts at the front and dropping down, which meant I had to come in quite a few times. Brakes were good, brakes were really good actually. Power good, went up to 2 bars, didn't go full boost because it started raining at the end, but it's cleared up now. Absolutely lovely out on circuit at the minute, but I've got to get back. Got a long journey later on tonight after I go home for dinner, so yeah, I will catch up and do a little bit of a debrief when I'm in the car. So there we are, Thruxton track day done. Car is back in the yard on the trailer. Really enjoyable day actually. Had a few issues. One was the splitter kept on falling off the mounts at the front and dragging on the ground. Need to sort that out. That was more annoying than anything. The other thing is the washer fluid bottle has got a hole in it, and that's where I plumb my water injection from, so that was a bit of a pain. Kept on putting a little bit of a puddle in the garage, but again, only a small thing, not really a problem. But other than that, the car was actually really good. I've got to sort out the alignment and get that sorted. But I think we're getting there. And obviously, this engine is going to be coming out soon. New engine will be going in, and we'll be able to sort out a few of the other issues that I have, just with the amount of heat that comes from the turbo and the manifold. So that'll get replaced with the tubular manifold. Video will be coming up on that. I suppose that's the end of the video. If you've enjoyed this one, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, and if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.